Hey everyone, welcome and good afternoon to Le Tour de France Virtual, the Namibian series, brought and sponsored by Mayojean Trading Namibia in collaboration with the Namibian Zwift League and Zwift Racing. Today we have got already the fifth stage, Dian, of Le Tour de France Virtual that is happening. Tomorrow we have the final stage, which is of course the crit race, or basically the ride on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. This being our fifth stage of the six-stage series, and this being the time trial today. They call it the race of truth. So that's where each rider rides totally on his own, no drafting. The most important here, of course, is bike equipment chosen, helmets chosen, the fastest equipment chosen within the virtual world of Zwift, and where we ride a certain distance. In this case, it will be 15 kilometers that we ride on basically the casse-pattes circuit within France. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors, as we do every week. None of this is possible, or none of this series is, of course, ever possible without our sponsors. And most important, of course, and full disclosure myself, Mayojean Trading Namibia in collaboration with N Square Distribution, we are sponsoring a fantastic elite real action wheel on smart trainer that will become part of a lucky draw at the end of the series. Then our other sponsors that came on board is being, of course, as I said, N Square Distribution and Elite Trainers. We've got Food Lovers Market, Psychedelic Consulting, we've got Family Care Pharmacy, Claudia Marie and her apparel company being Believe Apparel, and then of course Excel Nutrition Africa. Alright, so that's all our sponsors that came on board and that assisted in all of this, making all of this happen. Behind the screens, of course, we've got Sarel Boshoff and his son, Dian Boshoff. Sometimes he's called also Drikkers Boshoff, but it's actually Dian Boshoff. So his son Dian, and they're doing a lot of the work behind the screens, all of the technical work, everything that you see on the screens happening, that is also done by them. So great shout out and thanks to them as well. Guys, just on short, what is a time trial? 15 kilometers, individual race against the truth. It's all determined in the various classes within Zwift, being D, C, B and A. It's based on wattage per kilogram and your functional threshold power and the fastest person on the course. I'm just going to be back in a couple of seconds time. We're just going to switch over to some live cams and interview some of the riders that are live on. We're going to have a quick interview with them before we start this event at 3 o'clock, where the riders will start at 1 minute intervals. So they'll be set off one at a time with 1 minute intervals, and then we will see what the racing delivers this afternoon. Of course, time trials are always very determined in the final positions, and that we will see how those are influencing the times today. And then, of course, tomorrow, our final race, the big final in Paris on the Champs-Élysées. Back with you in a couple of seconds' time. Alright everybody, welcome back. Just to tell you quickly what you're seeing on your screen there. So we've got about 10 minutes to go before we kick off this time trial. We've got some riders on the line already that is warming up, and that is getting those legs loosened up and warmed up. So just on short, what you're seeing on your screen is one of the riders that's sitting on the line that is warming up already. That's Sarel Boshoff. We're going to go live to Sarel now, where he's in his little shed and in his little pain cave. And then we'll have a quick interview with him, and then we'll see whether we can maybe go over to Alan. Whether I saw that Alan has even got his time trial helmet on and one-piece suit on and looking very pro. I don't know whether that time trial helmet is going to help this afternoon, Alan, but maybe you've got the win from the front. So we've got one rider that is currently warming up, and now it says we've got takeoff in about 12 minutes time, Dian.
Yeah.
So the start is a little bit, I thought it's a little bit more than 10, but it's a little bit more than 12 minutes. So if we can maybe go over to Sarel quickly, get him into the live cam, and then we can have a quick interview with Sarel. Hey, Sorrel, are you online? Can you maybe just wave at us if you can hear us and you can see us? Okay, so we got a wave there from Sorrel. Sorrel is online. Hi, Sorrel, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Perfectly, we can hear you as well. Okay, Sorrel, you're already there in your pain cave, warming up for this Le Tour de France Virtual TT this afternoon, 15 kilometers. I see that you don't have your aero helmet on, but apparently the wind is not that bad in this corner of town, eh?
I still haven't put all my fans on, so it's okay.
All right. So, yeah, of course, the fans will go on. All right, Sorrel, what is expected from this 15 kilometers TT? Of course, a TT always very, very hard. It's basically, that's why you're sitting and you're warming up already, because there's no warm up. You start at full revs, full FTP, and you try to sustain your personal highest FTP for the full 15 kilometers. What are you expecting from this casse-pattes piece of 15 kilometers TT this afternoon?
Yeah, you gotta dig deep, but you don't want to dig too deep because you must think of tomorrow as well. But you must go as hard as you can. And then this route has got a nice little surprise close to the end.
Yeah, so that's talking on that, Sorrel, because you've put out this route for us. So just tell me quickly, if I look at the casse-pattes route as standard, are we riding the first part or the second part?
The first part, and just after the aqueduct KOM.
Yes.
We finished.
Okay, so we're going to run almost 10 kilometers, about 11 kilometers. Then we hit the aqueduct.com, and then after that we've got the descent of the aqueduct.com, and then to the final. So for the riders out there, I think everybody probably choosing their TT bikes today, and with probably semi-deep or deep dish wheels, maybe a full disc wheel on the back. But the aqueduct.com is quite a short climb, so I think you can do it with a TT bike, and you can probably power over that. But definitely, it's going to bite a little bit in the legs, eh?
Yeah, you see, we try to do the same way as the real Tour de France went. You see, so they went flat and then they climbed in the end. So we went the same. They swapped bikes, but I couldn't find my team car, so we can't swap bikes before the KOM.
Yeah, no, the team backup in this Zwifting is bad. We need to talk to the guys about that. Hey, there's not even a water carrier around. So, so equipment this afternoon, definitely most everybody will be on TT bikes. You have that little aqua.com. If there's viewers out there and some of the other riders listening, listen up. You have to pace yourself because you've got the little aqua.com, and that's about 400 meters and I think 5% average. So it is a little sting in the legs, but definitely we're going to have a fun one this afternoon. Okay, so we're just going to see whether we've got anybody else on the line, whether we can maybe change over to Alan or to Volker, and then we'll come back to you and we'll chat to you still a little bit. We've got about 9 minutes left before we start the TT.
All right, there's Volker now. You can speak to him.
Let's see whether we can get Volker on the line quickly. Just a moment for us. Hey Volker, can you hear us? Can you give us a wave?
I can hear you guys. How are you doing?
All right, and you, Volker, again, hey, congratulations with a baby this week.
Thank you.
You're a dad now. You're a time trialing dad. So remember what I told you. The noise of a trainer is a perfect thing to make a baby sleep. So welcome, Volker. Thanks for being here. We know that you're a new dad and that there's responsibilities, but thanks for making the time. I think it's only 15K, so it'll only be 9 minutes for you, Volker? So
hopefully,
yeah. So Volker, we just spoke to Sorrel, and Sorrel gave us a little bit of info. So we're doing the first part of the casse-pattes course this afternoon. So you will have about the first 10-11 kilometers will be quite flat, and then we're going to go over the aqua.com. Now you know the aqua.com because we've done those I think 2 times before in this series. So the aqua.com is about 400 meters at an average of 5%. But like I've discussed with Sorrel, most of the guys will probably be on their TT equipment this afternoon, and they will just power over that thing. What's your take on this TT, Volker?
I'm not ready I'm still a bit tired after this week, so I'm not sure whether the adrenaline will kick in during the race. But I'm actually keeping my eye on tomorrow's race. So today, just looking at my heart rate, keeping it steady. Let's see how fast I can push it at the end. But I'm gonna think I'm saving myself for tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%, because that's just what Cyril said as well. I mean, everybody will go as hard and as fast as they can, but taking in consideration tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a very hard race. It's about 36 kilometers, and as we know, the Champs-Élysées is not flat. It drags up all the way up to the turn of the Arc de Triomphe, and then you've got a little bit of flat coming down, and it's going to be a fast race. So yeah, all of the best for this afternoon. Thanks again, Volker. We're just going to change over to the other riders, and we'll see you on the road, eh? Good stuff. Thanks, mate. All right, Alan, we're trying to find Alan. Alan, we saw you a little bit earlier in the suffer camps. We can see currently that your mic is mute. If you can maybe hear us, or if you can get your camera on, maybe get that on for us so that we can have a quick discussion with you as well. We've got about 6 minutes before we go. And while in the meantime, to the listeners out there, on the screen, we can see that, is that Volker that is warming up there on the screen at the moment, Dion? Yes, if you can. So as you can see there, Volker's on that purple S-Works with the deep section zip rims. In their aero position, the guys are warming up. As I said earlier, everybody, just to understand from a time trial perspective, it's a flat out go from the first minute, so the guys are really warming up properly. Guys, we can see here we've got in the Suffolk here, we've got Louis Piens, which is one of our sponsors from Food Lovers Market. Louis, if you can maybe hear us, just give us a wave quickly. Perfectly, great stuff. Louis, thanks for being here, and thanks for supporting, of course, Le Tour de France Virtual, all of the races. This is the 5th one in the series. Thanks for being online as well. Cyril just advised that this event will be basically the first 15 kilometers of casse-pattes. So you're going to have about 10 to 11 kilometers of flat, and then you're going to go over that aqua.com, which is that 400-meter climb at about 5%. What's your take on this, Louis? How hard are you going to go on this afternoon, taking into consideration tomorrow's stage as well? All right, Louis, it doesn't seem like we can hear you. Can you hear us? We can hear you.
I got my mic on.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I ride as hard as I can, every time I can.
Yes.
So, there's no holding back.
That's balls to the wall all the way.
All the way.
That's it. That's the way to do it, yeah. Enjoy, Louis. We'll be back with you guys in a little bit of moment. Go full out, but remember, tomorrow again is a very, very hard stage. We'll be watching you on the road. Thanks for being here, eh? All right, everyone. So just live back here, we can see. I'm just going to from the Namibian guys, and it seems like we've got quite a few. And there there's our first rider is already on, and that I think is Michelle Doorman that is already on the road there. We're just going to quickly try to go to Michelle to see whether she is actually on the road already. Have we got her on here? You guys, all right. So there's Louis Piens is also off. So Louis has just started there. You can see the guys here in his aero position on his time trial bike. Of course, the equipment chosen within Zwift World, very important this afternoon. All right, so we've got here, we're currently seeing Lupians, which is already off, and who's already on the road. There we can see him. Can we don't see the wattage here at the moment, Dion. Is that not shown in the TTs? Doesn't seem like it at the moment. All right, guys, we're watching the Lupians. It's going over that little bridge, the cobbled bridge. The first part, as I said, of this race is quite flat, and then we go over to the aqua.com. So here we can see Louis going by. We're just going to see whether we can quickly transfer to Michelle Durman and see whether, because I think she's already on the road as well. All right, and here we can see Michelle already on the road. Michelle going through the little French town here. She's basically going through that com where we ended 2 weekends ago. Of course, we're not ending here today. She's got probably another... She's probably done a kilometer, so she's probably got another 14 kilometers to go. In her aero time trial position here, and she's on the road as well. So we've got definitely on the road from the Namibian riders. We've got Michelle and we've got Lupians already. All right, here we can also see Kevin Fish. Kevin Fish is currently, I think he's leading currently our C group. So he's currently the leader in the C group. Kevin in his elite kit here, of course, Elite, one of the sponsors of the Tour de France Virtual, being an awesome and a fantastic smart trainer, and somebody will be very lucky after this whole series if you've done 4 of the 5 road stages plus this individual time trial today. You will automatically come into that lucky draw to win an Elite Real Action Wheel on Smart Trainer. And we're watching Kevin here, and Kevin is currently doing quite an effort. He's actually catching up to the rider that is in front of him. All right, so here we've got another Namibian rider. She's of course the leader currently in the women's D class, and that's Martina Geiger-Neuberg. And here we can see Martina is also in her elite kit. All right, so we can see that Sarol has also started, and Sarol is already catching Martina here from the back. Here we've got Sarol on the road as well, and we've got another foreign rider that's just passing Sarol there at the moment. So we can see that these guys are putting in huge efforts this afternoon in this time trial, and probably putting out big wattage as well. Guys, we're still here with Sarol Bosov. Sarol is B-class Namibian rider, and here we can see that Sarol is currently on your right-hand side. You will see that Sarol's name is highlighted in blue, so we can see there that Sarol, of the 15 kilometers, he's done 2 kilometers, and that he's currently sitting at 3.3, 3.5, 3.6 watts per kilogram. So definitely pushing hard, and Sarol has now already done 2.1 kilometers, and we'll try to see who else has started and who's on the road at the moment. Alright, and here in the EF Education colours, we can see Alan receiving some kudos and some thumbs up going into the back pocket there, giving him some extra power. You can see, of course, like we always say in the previous races, Alan always pedals at a very high cadence. So he averages about between 90 and 100 revolutions a minute. And you can see it on your screen here as well. If you can see the riders in front of Alan now, pedaling quite slowly, Alan pedaling quite fastly. He always rides at a high cadence, which the scientists and all the good coaches tells us is a very efficient way of riding. And he is catching, I think there's another elite, I think that's Martina. Yeah, that's Martina that he caught there, and Martina probably started about a minute or 2 before him. Of course, the difference being Martina being a D-class lady, Alan being a B-class men's rider, so much more power, and Alan looking really sufficient here. If you look at Alan, we looked at Sarol a little bit early on, Dion, and Sarol was sitting about 3.5, 3.6. Alan is sitting at 3.8, 3.9, so you can see he's putting out a huge effort here at the moment. All right, and here we've got Mr. Jandre. Jan from Nam. All right, guys, Jandre, we missed you last weekend. You were not online, but so happy to see you back here in the 5th stage, the individual time trial of Le Tour de France Virtual. We can see here Jandre, a D-class rider as well, D-class men's rider, sitting at 2.5, which is right on the limit of B to C, sitting there on 2.3, 2.4 watts per kilogram at the moment, and Jandre doing very well. All right, guys, we're going to quickly go over to the suffer cam of Sarel, and then we're going to quickly see Sarel suffer. All right. Here you've got live on your screen the suffer cam of Sarel. Maybe we can try to go to Sarel quickly on the map as well, if you don't mind, Dion. Let's see whether we can get him there. There we've got Sarel. So you've got Sarel in screen now. Sarel at the moment riding about 3.7 watts per kilogram. 3.3, 3.5. He's done 3.7 kilometers. Very hot here in Namibia this afternoon in Windhoek. We're probably about doing 28, 30, 32 degrees. Sarel is really pushing hard here. You can see him on the suffer cam. He's wiping the sweat from his brows, going really hard. Sarel, I know that you're not able to talk, but if you can maybe give us a quick hands up and thumbs up whether everything is alright there in the pain cave, if you can hear us. I don't think Sarel can hear us at this point in time. He's concentrating on his TT, concentrating on just breathing very deeply, breathing slowly, and staying in a rhythm there. All right, if we can go maybe to one of the other riders quickly. Right, yeah, we've got another Namibian rider, that is Barry Jones on the course already. Barry done 1.3 kilometers, so Barry has only recently started with his 15 kilometer TT, and we can see that Barry is on course as well. In his aero, all of the guys definitely correct equipment chosen here this afternoon. TT bikes, deep section rims, aero bars, aero helmets, and they down low on the bikes and pushing their wattage and staying constant here. All right, we're just seeing where we can get, definitely not. We're just seeing who else is on the road at the moment. It seems like the Goomster's on the road as well. Here you've got on your left hand side. I think it's on the left hand side, just behind now. Hey, Dion. Yeah, on the back here, I think we've got the Goomster, because right in front of the Goomster is an Italian rider that I saw. So Goomster in his aero position behind this Italian rider. Goomster at the moment he started behind. He's only done a 0.8 kilometers going under that banner. So he's just started trying to get into the rhythm, still doing his thing, and on this TT course this afternoon of 15 kilometers. All right, and we've got Mike Bartman. Thanks for being here, Mike. Thanks for joining this afternoon. I know that Mike couldn't do all of the races because, of course, as we know, we've got the Desert Dash coming up in December, guys, and most of the guys are doing their long rides in the mornings. But we're happy that you're being here. So, Mike, this is actually Mike Bartman Jr. So that's Mike Bartman Jr., one of our under 12 riders being here. So I thought that was Mike Bartman Sr., but that's Mike Bartman Jr., one of our 12 riders. And I think that wattage per kilogram doesn't look correct to me at the moment. There's maybe something wrong with that calibration of that trainer, because it's showing 6 watts per kilogram, which is basically an A-class rider's wattage. But we can definitely say that Mike Bartman is on the course here. He's out of the saddle, he's trying to go hard, and he's done 3.1 kilometers. All right, viewers, we've got Mr. Namibia Driekus Coetzee here in view, in the black kit, black socks, as well on the orange bike. Of course, Driekus has won last weekend. He's won both events. Yes. Actually, the stage 2 he won. All the international riders in the clay starts. Yeah. Stage 3 he won all the international riders. Then stage 4, which is our Ventop, which is our big mountain climber. He was the fastest person up the mountain. He got the polka dot jersey there, and we've got Driekus on your screen here now. We can see, guys. So this is what I mean. This is Driekus, typical A-class rider, international rider, pro rider, doing 5.2 watts per kilogram. He's hauling ass around this 15-kilometer course this afternoon. And from the Namibian riders, Driekus has got a very, very good chance of also taking the fastest here this afternoon. Of course, this afternoon we don't have any jerseys up for grabs. However, after the finish tomorrow, we will have the overall yellow jersey, the maillot jaune, for the person that has done all 5 of the event. So 5 stages and the individual time trial, the combined fastest time.
Yeah.
So the condition will be that you should have done all 5. So like Driekus, I know that Driekus couldn't do the first one, so he will not be in the running for that. So that gives everybody the chance. If you put all the effort in and you did all 6 stages, you have the chance. So I think at this point in time, I'm not very sure. I think it's probably lying between Alan and probably Saro of the combined fastest time, having done all 6. But we will only see and check that after tomorrow's final stage and after we've counted up all the times. But we can see that Driekus is hauling ass here. Of course, Driekus being the national time trial champion of Namibia on the real road. But here in the virtual road of Zwift, we can see that Driekus is also really hauling ass here. He's catching the one rider after the other, passing them like they're looking for parking. And Driekus is doing his thing here this afternoon. Driekus having done, how many kilometers has he done? I'm just trying to... There we go. Driekus has done 5.5 kilometers. He's done a little bit more than a third of this event. And as we say, constantly remaining at 5 watts per kilogram. Right, on your screen we've got Roland Neuberg. Roland being the husband of Martina, who's the leader in the D class of the ladies at this point in time. Martina having done all of the races. She's won lucky draw prizes. She's won Food Lovers Market vouchers. She has won a jersey. So, I mean, it's just awesome how well she has done. No, I'm lying. She hasn't won a jersey. I think she's not, yeah, she hasn't won a jersey. I've got that incorrect there. But she's won lots of prizes just being part of this and racing in the event. But here we've got Roland on the time trial. He's done 5.8, almost 6 kilometers. And he's pushing around about... are we still with Roland, or did you change that? We're still with Roland. Just remain here with Roland. Roland is pushing almost 4 watts per kilogram there, and you can see he's just caught Mr. Shimiyara from Japan, and he said, "Sayonara, Buti. I'll see you in the douches. See you in the shower, my Japanese boy. I'm owning this road this afternoon, and I'm dropping them like the flies." He's catching a whole group of riders here, and he's just going to say, "See you in the douches, boys." All right, yeah, we've got Leonie Meyer, one of our ladies D-class riders. Leonie has had some terrible bad luck doing this series on 2 of the events, or 2 of the road stages. She had technical problems. Now, guys, just to explain to the viewers out there, what is a technical problem in Zwift world? A technical problem, of course, in the real world is your chain breaking, or you get a flat, or whatever else can happen, maybe go wrong with your bike, or you can get sick and you can't finish your stage. In Zwift world, when we talk about a technical, we basically talk about disconnection. Disconnection of your internet, or something goes wrong with your trainer, or you could probably also get sick on your bike. But most of the times, it's a disconnection of the internet. There are only 2 of her stages had disconnections with the internet, and that was a very, very terrible sight to see her on the road the one moment and then she just disappears. But Leonie is back this afternoon. She's chosen her equipment correctly. TT bike, deep section rims. Dion, can we maybe just change the camera angle on this quickly to see on what? Yes, she's on her Zwift TT bike with deep section zip rims. So definitely in the aero position there. You can see she's going so fast. Her hair is not even moving in this wind. So we can see Leonie riding here. Welcome, Leonie. Thanks for joining. Put out those watts. All right, we're back with Louis Pens, one of our sponsors from Food Lovers Market here. Like you heard right in the beginning when we had Louis on the Suffolk Cam, he says that, look, it doesn't matter every Saturday afternoon, it doesn't matter how tired he is, he eats his apples, he drinks his juice, and then it's balls to the wall. He goes as hard as he can. And we can see here that Louis has done almost 10.4 kilometers of this event. And I think, Dion, let's just stay with Louis for a moment. Louis should be very, very near cresting that aqua.com or going up that aqua.com. That's 400 meters, guys, at about an average of 5% climb. We can see here also in his Zwift carbon TT bike, deep section rims on in that aero position. You've got Louis on the Suffolk Cam. You can see him suffering. If you're watching from home, shout out to Louis. He will appreciate. Give us some comments in the comments block this afternoon, and we will watch at your comments as well. And you keep on going, Louis. We're watching you here. We're going to stay with you for a couple of moments' time. There we can see one of the international riders passing Louis at the moment, probably a Class A rider that's coming by there. But Louis is keeping up and he's looking at a good rhythm there. You can see he's from his cadence. I can see on the Suffolk Cam that Louis is pushing quite a big gear at the moment. He's definitely not spinning those legs around. He's pushing the gear, and he's definitely pushing the wattage and the FTP at the moment. Going through that sunflower field which we get so used to in this Tour de France League over the past couple of weeks. On his right hand shoulder, on your left hand side of your screen, we see some other riders coming from the back there as well, and I think we should be quite near to the aqua.com. That's actually that's Sarel coming in behind him. That's Alan coming in behind him. Behind them, the first Namibian lady is Michelle Duman. Then we've got Kevin Fish, and then we've got Volker van Reenen. And we're going to go to Volker very shortly. I just want to see whether we're not very close to that aqueduct with Louis probably ascending that aqua.com. Alright guys, so here we can see Louis starting to climb that aqua.com. I know this road where you've got this purple bushes on your on their right shoulder on the left hand side of your screen. Here we can see Alan catching up to Louis. That is correct, yes. We've got Alan catching up to Louis. So Alan is just passing Louis at the moment. Here we can see Alan has just passed him. Alan pushing 4 watts per kilogram. Louis sitting at around about 3.1, 3.2 watts per kilogram. And I think shortly behind them is Sarel as well. This is not Sarel coming in here. I think the next rider is Sarel. So virtually on the road at the moment, we've got Alan, which is at 12.8 kilometers done. Then we've got Louis Piens, also 12.8, 12.9. And shortly behind them is Sarel. So let's just keep on watching Louis here at the moment. He's going up this aqua.com. Het jy die Suffolk Cam afhaal? So gou sy Suffolk Cam doen. Alright, we're watching Louis here. We've got him on the Suffolk Cam at the moment. He's ascending that aqua.com. So again, like I said to you, it's quite a short climb. It's about 400 meters. But it's about an average of 4 or 5 degrees. On the top right hand side of your screen, you can see 4 degrees or 4%, 5%. That's the hard part. Now it's biting. You can see on the surface cam that Louis is out of the saddle. He's out of the saddle. He's pushing really, really hard. He's on that pedals, and almost done, Louis. Almost done. Almost there. And he's gone, and now it's gone flat out. Maybe we can go quickly there to Alan Dion and see what's happening with Alan in the front at the moment. So here we've got Alan. Alan is currently virtually the first Namibian rider on the road. Of course, that doesn't mean that he will have the fastest time. Somebody like Dricus Kutsia will probably be a fast time, but he started later on in the starting line. But virtually first on the road with 13.6 kilometers done. And we will check the timing after he's finished, and then we will start comparing against that time. Who's faster or who's slower? So Alan is virtually the first Namibian rider on the line here at the moment. Done 13.7 kilometers, putting a huge effort here of 4.2, 4.3 watts per kilogram. And Alan is really, really hauling ass this afternoon. And I know that Alan has done some riding this morning as well. I haven't checked on Strava yet what he's done and how far he's ridden, but I know that this boy has done some training again this morning as well. All right, we're just moving over to Sarel. So Sarel has also caught Louis from behind, and we can see here that Sarel, I think, let's just see, because equalizer, Alan is about 4 watts. He's also about 4 watts. So Sarel, really, we can see Sarel on the suffer cam there as well, because he's got his cam live. So as you'll see, when there's a little bit of straight, you can actually see Alan on the road in front. There's Alan just going around that left-hand corner, Sarel behind him. Look, we know that Alan is very strong in the mountains. On this tight rail bike, he's a power rider. He's a strong rider. Sarel, very much the mountain goat. He flies up those mountains. But these boys have been chasing each other around France for the past 3 weeks like this. No tomorrow. Craziness from Sarel and Alan. Of course, being brothers-in-law, there's a family relation as well. So there's always a little bit of an internal fight between these boys. So we're just going to see whether we can maybe go to Dricus to see how Dricus... Or let's just stay with Alan here for the moment. Dion, let's just stay with him here. Alan is basically almost done. He's at 15 kilometers. I think the end of the route should be very, very close. If not, done already. Let's just stay with Alan.
Yeah, it's done.
Is it done?
Yeah.
So he's done. And yeah, you've got that's Sarel. And then
Also finished.
he's also done. And then we've got Louis coming into this final as well. It's right on this corner. It seems like as you go into this corner,
Yeah.
then it's done. It's about here.
Yeah, it's done.
That's it. That's done. So we're watching here Michelle Durman, and I'm just going to ask Dion, let's just stay with her for a moment.
Yeah.
So virtually she's now the first person on the road, and we're watching Michelle here, the first lady, the first Namibian lady, also the leader in the B category ladies. Doing a fantastic job here, and also pushing about 5 watts. Oh, she's pushing huge effort here from her. She's coming into that finishing straight. 6 watts per kilogram. That's an A-class rider effort. Putting in huge effort here. And, all right, and there we go. She's done. All right, and the next rider is Kevin, and Kevin is almost done as well. Kevin is going to come into this little straight. Oh, he's out of the saddle, pushing big time in his elite kit. Elite trainers, of course, the best in the world. And he's done. Next, Volker van Redden. New daddy, don't let this Okie catch you from behind. There's a South African right on your tail. The South African is going to pass you. Come on, Volker. Kick his ass. And there he goes. And they are probably going to be done. Then we've got Dricus Kutsia on the road. So I don't know the times at the moment. It's a little bit going fast here at the moment. I don't know what was Alan's time. Unfortunately,
No
I cannot see that at the moment. We've got fastest at the point in time is Dricus. Dricus is doing his... let me just see here. That's just for that section. That's just for the Aqueduct reverse section. And that is probably Dricus done.
Yeah.
Dricus is also done. So, guys, we're going to back with you in a short minute's time. And then we'll continue our comments. I'm just going to see whether I can maybe find out what was Dricus' time on this event. All right, here we can see one of our D-class men riders on the road. Jandre is also coming into this, of course, very fast this afternoon. These guys are hauling ass on this course, and they're making mincemeat of it. Jandre is coming into the final straight here. Jandre pushing 4.2 watts per kilogram, which is huge for a D-class rider. Jandre, you're almost done there, coming into this 15 kilometers, and boom, he's gone. As you hear, as soon as you hear that little boop, then it means that rider is finished. Watching Roland Neuberg here. Roland Neuberg being the next Namibian rider on the road, and he's also coming into that final there. I'm just trying to guys to see whether I can maybe see some of the final times, but it seems like I'm having a little bit of problem seeing the final times. Yeah, who've we got this? That's Martina. So that's Martina coming in. She's coming into that final straight. 15 kilometers done. Yo, she's doing a big effort here as well. Done. Next Namibian rider on the road is Bartman Jr. And then after them, we've got Jones. And then we've got Leonie Meyer. That's the only Namibian riders that is still, it seems like, on the road at the moment. But we're following Bartman Jr. here. As I said, we can see on screen that this is an under 12 rider. And the screen is showing us 5.4, 5.5 watts per kilogram. So definitely, I think there's a little bit something wrong with the calibration of that trainer. But nonetheless, we've got this under 12 junior rider riding here this afternoon, this 15 kilometer time trial, and doing his ultimate and doing his best to get this done and pushing as hard as he can. Big respect to these junior riders of us. Of course, this is the future of Zwift cycling is these young riders, and we want to expose them as well to this virtual riding big power game. And you will see he's coming into this, and then you will hear boom, and then he's gone. Done. Next rider is Barry Jones. Barry Jones is also a Namibian rider, and he will be done shortly there on his Zwift Aero bike, deep section carbon rims. Coming into that final straight on. Now you can put down the powers big time, Barry. And then we will see Barry being done now. Coming past the camera here, 14.9, 15 kilometers down. Should go offline very shortly in this corner. And boom, he's done. And Leonie, fantastic done, Leonie. 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 watts per kilogram. You're almost there, Leonie. If you can maybe hear me, push hard. It's the final push. It's the push hard. Come on, out of the saddle. You can do this. Into this final straight. You're almost done. You've done the 15 kilometers. It's just the roll down to the finish. And boom, she's gone. And then here we've got Misselman. And Hisselman is coming up that aqua.com. And he's almost done 13.6 kilometers as well. So just shortly after this aqueduct, then you've got the descent, and then it's all done. Right, guys, we're just watching Hasselman here, Matt Hasselman on the road. He's approaching 40 kilometers, so about 1 kilometer to go. And then after him, we've got Goomster Jr., one of our another junior riders.
Only Goomster.
Is it Goomster, not Goomster Jr.?
Yes,
so it's only Goomster, the dad, that is online. I've just received a WhatsApp from Drickers that his time was 19 minutes and 47 seconds. That's a huge effort. Well done, Drickers. Thanks a lot for letting me know as well. 1947. So, of course, I cannot unfortunately see the times online as we're running here. The times we will determine afterwards. And there you've got someone giving a little bit of a wave on the bike there as well. Someone coming into the final straight. It's almost, no, it's not the final straight yet. It's almost done. About another 500 meters to go. He will have a right-hand turn. Then he will have a left-hand turn coming into that straight, I think. And then another right-hand turn into that final turn. And then on that final turn, he will be done as well. So Dricker's doing 19:47. So we will definitely shortly after this we will watch the timing, and Saul will then update the timing sheet, which is also on the Nam Zwift webpage. You can go and Google that, Namibian Zwifting webpage, and there's all the results of the past 3 weekends, the past 5 races. Yeah, we've got Hesselman going into that final straight, and then you will just see him disappear offline. It'll go boom, and he's gone.
Boom, gone.
And he's gone. After he's done some shenanigans there. He's done some funny stuff on the road there. Yeah, you've got Goomster. It doesn't seem like we have got Goomster Jr. on the road this afternoon. Maybe the junior is not feeling all that well, or he couldn't make it. Maybe he's got some other sport stuff going on. But yeah, we've got Goomster on the line still. 13.2 kilometers for the Goomster. He's pushing 3.84 watts per kilogram there. And Goomster already is now ascending that Aqua.com. Once he's done over this Aqua.com, then he's got into the final there.
Maar ik het ook zo hard gereden dat kan. Ik ben echt
Ja, nee, jij eet.
Hey, Volker, can you hear us maybe? Hey, Volker, so thanks. It seems like you fly down that TT. How was that for you?
That was hard. Enjoyed it actually. I just started my FTP. I had to keep it 275 and my heart rate just pushing it on it. That was fun, it was hard.
So basically what you're saying there, Volker, if I can hear you correctly, you pushed at around about 270 watts average, which is the FTP at the moment, eh?
Yeah, that was the average I was keeping my eye on.
Yeah.
And of course the first 10 kilometers,
Yeah.
my heart rate at 175. You see, the last 5Ks to push it,
Yes.
185. I think it worked.
Fantastic. That's a huge effort, Volker. Fantastic. Well done. We just received feedback from Driekus. Driekus' total time, he says it was 19:47 around about. So we will see after this event. We will just check all the timings. But great effort. We can see Mum in the background there as well. And congratulations to Mum as well on the baby. And for supporting Zwifting. We can see her waving. And thanks for being online, guys. We really appreciate you. Tomorrow's the final stage. Tomorrow we ride into Paris, Volker.
Yes, can't wait.
Let's hope it doesn't rain tomorrow, that we've got a dry, sunny day. Enjoy and stay safe, eh?
Bye.
Alright guys, we've still on your screen, you can still see Goomster. Goomster has done 14.1 kilometers. Goomster, you shouldn't come on, no soft pedaling. You shouldn't coast now, no soft pedaling. You go hard, you keep on going. It's less than a kilometer going. Now it's flat roads all the way to the finish. You're going to go through this right-hander. Then you're going to go into a left-hander. You've got a straight in front of you, Goomster. No soft pedaling. It's no chain game here. You need to keep on pedaling. And then you've got your final right-hand turn into the final straight before we will see you going off. All right. Carl, can you see us or can you hear us? Sarul, can you hear and see us?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, Sarul, we've got you on the screen. It seems like your camera is a little bit stuck there at the moment. Yeah, it seems like it's a little stuck, but we can hear you. So how was that? Quite a hard one with a little Aqua.com just before the finish, eh, Sarul?
Yeah, it was as expected. I kept my pace exactly like I wanted, and I kicked against the KOM exactly like I wanted. That was the best that I could do.
Fantastically well done. We looked at your times. We just got feedback. I just got a WhatsApp from Driekus telling me that his time is 19.47, 19 minutes and 47 seconds. So we will verify that afterwards. And but that looks like it was quite a big effort as well. But thanks and well done for that big effort. I think the fight between you and your brother-in-law will still continue on the Champs-Élysées tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, but I'm going to pay somebody to take him out of a car, man. All right, listen, guys. When I looked at the scoreboard now,
yes,
Driekus was still right on top. Now, so he's still the fastest international between everybody.
Between everybody. So from the A-class riders, including the international, Cyril is telling us that Driekers had the fastest time. So we will definitely verify it after here, and then you guys can go and look on the Namibian Zwift webpage for all the results. But it seems like Driekers has maybe done another win here this afternoon. We will just verify that a little bit later on. Thanks, Cyril. Cool down.
All right.
I'll keep the beer cold.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Louis, thanks. It seems like you paced quite well on that thing going over the aqua.com. How was that TT for you?
That was pretty hard for me. I didn't go into it with fresh legs. So this morning's zone 3-4 ride with Alan was quite did they have a good influence. But yeah, I rode hard. I think I reached about 254, 260 watts. I think it's 3.6 watts per kilo. So that's right where I should be in Group B. So I'm happy.
Yeah, you're right on, Louis. We watch you. You're perfectly on. We watch you on the screen. It was 3.6 watts about average per kilogram that you put out there, which is a big effort. I didn't know that you had still a ride with Alan this morning, but that's fine. Tomorrow on the Champs-Élysées, I know that you will bury these guys, and that they will have to put on their aero helmets.
Yeah, look, the guys are quite strong. Saul and Alan are pretty strong on these machines.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's awesome to see the camaraderie between you guys and how you chase each other every weekend. Of course, tomorrow we ride into Paris on the Champs-Élysées. I hope we have a sunny day, that it doesn't rain in Zwift World, but that we will see tomorrow. But I bet you one thing, that it's going to be hot in Windhoek. So thanks for being online, Louis, and we'll chat to you again.
Yeah, hopefully the other carrot tomorrow, that's not me.
Another carrot. All right, yeah. We won't put you in front again, Louis. You can hang in the slip and then you surprise them at the end. See you. Stay safe. Alright guys, it seems like that is done for our time trial this afternoon. That was quite a quick one, 15 kilometers. The guys did a monster ride this afternoon. Unverified at this point in time, but it does seem like Driekers has done the fastest time in the A-class riders of not only the Namibians, but all of the international riders. So if that is correct, that'll be the 4th win in a row. Driekers showing his steel and his professionalism there. You can see all of the guys currently cooling down on their bikes. Watch the webpage. Go and Google it, Namibian Zwifters webpage. You can see all the results on there. These results will also be a little bit later on, either tonight or tomorrow morning. Just on the 3 times Food Lovers Market vouchers that we've got available, what we will do is we've got 3 of every stage. We've got another 3 for this stage as well, and then of course the 3 that will count for tomorrow. But what we will do, myself and Saul will sit afterwards. We're going to watch the FTPs. We're going to see where there was huge efforts put in, where we had huge increases in FTPs or on the verge of FTPs, and then we will decide the most combatant riders of the day, the people that really push the FTPs, and have them win those $200 vouchers from our generous and kind sponsor, Food Lovers Market. Guys, we hope you have a fantastic Saturday afternoon. Further on, we'll see you on the roads of France tomorrow afternoon for the big final, Champs-Élysées. Please join us. Be there, watch live, ride your bikes, and as we say in Zwift World, ride on.